stop right where you are and listen with the ears of your soul. This is not a coincidence, nor is it the mere shifting of an algorithm. This is my voice reaching through the noise of a chaotic world to find you in the exact moment of your greatest need. I have come to tell you that the trap has been dismantled. At this very second, as you hear my words, an arrow of malice intended to shatter your peace and derail your divine purpose has been snapped in two before it could ever touch your skin. You have been walking through a minefield you did not even see, but I have been the one guiding your feet, placing my hands over the eyes of those who seek your downfall. I have come to interrupt your worry with my sovereignty. The enemy planned a secret ambush for your heart, a calculated strike designed to leave you broken, exhausted, and defeated. But I have declared a divine no. I have blocked the path of the destroyer, and I have stood as a wall of fire between you and the storm that was meant to consume you. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders right now, because the battle you thought you had to fight alone has already been won by my hand. Before I reveal the full extent of the blessing that is coming to you, and why I have kept you hidden in this season, you must declare your presence in my sanctuary. Do not let this moment of grace pass you by without acknowledging that you are listening to my call. Type "I am here, Lord" or 7007 right now in the comments to open the gates of heaven and signal to the spiritual realm that you are ready to receive what I have prepared for you. This is your act of faith, a spiritual marker that you are no longer wandering in the dark, but are standing in the light of my protection. Your declaration is the key that unlocks the next level of revelation I have for your life. Do not be silent when your Creator is speaking directly to your soul. Speak back to me with your heart and your words, and watch how I respond to your faith. As we begin this journey into the depths of my love and protection, I invite you to anchor yourself in this community of believers. Press the like button on this message to establish an energy shield of agreement around your life, and subscribe to this channel to enter into my permanent shelter. By doing so, you are telling the universe that you belong to me, that you are a child of the Most High, and that you refuse to live in fear any longer. Let this be the place where your soul finds rest and your spirit finds strength every single day. Joining this family is your commitment to staying connected to the flow of my living water, ensuring that no matter what the world throws at you, you will always have a place to return to for truth, comfort, and restoration. I saw the whispers in the dark rooms where your name was mentioned with bitterness and envy. I saw the hands that were busy weaving a net to trip you up, and I saw the hearts that were plotting to take what I have freely given you. But I want you to know a secret: they are targeting your peace because they cannot handle the brilliance of your light, and yet they will never find you because I have hidden you in the secret place of my shadow. While they were busy calculating your failure, I was busy orchestrating your greatest victory. I have allowed you to feel the pressure so that you would lean into my strength, but I have never and will never allow the enemy to have the final word over your destiny. The very weapon they forged against you is the very tool I am using to refine your character and sharpen your spirit for the glory that is coming. You are not being punished. You are being protected. I have pulled you back from the front lines of their theater of drama so that I could prepare you for a stage they can never reach. The ambush has failed because the King of Kings is your bodyguard and the Sovereign Lord is your shield. Rest in the knowledge that you are untouchable while you are in my hands. My precious one, I know why your eyes are heavy today. I know the weight that feels like a leaden blanket draped over your spirit the moment you open your eyes in the morning. You have been waking up more exhausted than when you went to sleep, carrying a fatigue that sleep cannot touch because it is not your body that is tired. It is your soul that is weary from the invisible battle. I have watched you struggle to find your footing in an atmosphere that has suddenly turned cold and suffocating. You feel as though you are walking through thick mist, every step requiring 10 times the effort it used to. There is a lingering anxiety, a fluttering in your chest that has no logical explanation, and a sense of dread that shadows your most joyful moments. I want you to know that you are not losing your mind, and you are not failing. What you are feeling is the thickness of the spiritual resistance that has been gathered against the light I placed within you. The atmosphere around you has become heavy because the enemy is trying to drown out the sound of my voice with the roar of 1,000 what-ifs and the suffocating pressure of silent expectations. I have seen you sitting in the stillness of your room feeling a sudden chill, even when the sun is out, sensing that eyes are upon you even when you are alone. Your intuition is not deceiving you. It is a gift I gave you to discern the spirits. You have felt the weight of spoken and unspoken words, the sharp edges of gossip that travel through the air like invisible shards. You have felt the sudden dip in your energy when you enter certain rooms or speak to certain people. It is the vibration of envy, a dark frequency that seeks to dim your glow. I saw you when the palpitations started in the middle of the night, when your heart raced against your ribs like a trapped bird. I was there in those hours of darkness when the silence felt loud with accusations, and you wondered if you were truly as strong as everyone thinks you are. You have been carrying the weight of 1,000 silent battles, putting on a brave face for the world while your inner sanctuary was being crowded by the heaviness of others' projections. I am here to tell you to breathe deeply. Let the air I gave you fill your lungs and realize that this heaviness is not yours to carry. I saw you when you retreated to the bathroom, locking the door just to have a single moment of breath, letting the water run so no one would hear the rhythm of your sobbing. I saw you looking in the mirror, searching for the person you used to be, the one who laughed without effort and dreamed without fear. I saw the tears you wiped away quickly before stepping back out into the world, pretending that everything was fine. You have felt a strange, inexplicable sadness, a mourning for a peace that seems to have slipped through your fingers. This heaviness in the atmosphere is a calculated attempt to make you give up before you reach the threshold of your breakthrough. The enemy knows that if he can make the air too thick to breathe, you will stop moving. But he does not know that I am the breath of life within you. Every time you felt like you were about to collapse under the pressure, it was my hand that steadied your knees. Every time the darkness felt like it was closing in, it was my light that provided a small, flickering candle of hope that kept you from total despair. This season of heaviness is not your permanent residence. It is a corridor you are passing through. The reason the air feels so pressurized is because you are being moved into a higher dimension of my glory, and the atmosphere of the world you are leaving behind is clashing with the atmosphere of the kingdom I am bringing you into. Do not mistake the resistance for rejection. The very fact that you feel this spiritual weight is proof that you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. A person with no light has no shadows pursuing them but you. My child are a beacon. The enemy is trying to use the heaviness of the atmosphere to make you doubt my presence, but I am closer to you now than I have ever been. I am in the very air you breathe, filtering out the toxins of malice and replacing them with the fragrance of my grace. Rest your weary head on my promise tonight. The atmosphere is shifting not because the world is getting better, but because I am making you immune to the weight. I am teaching you how to carry my peace like an invisible bubble that the heaviness of this world cannot penetrate. My beloved child, I have seen the sharp sting of the wounds that were inflicted not by your enemies but by those who sat at your table. I have seen the confusion in your eyes when you realized that the very hands you reached out to help were the ones that eventually turned to strike you. There is a specific kind of pain that comes when betrayal wears a familiar face, a face you once trusted, a face you once loved. I was there in the room when their conversation shifted the moment you walked out. I heard the whispers that were disguised as concern but were truly rooted in a desire to see you stumble. You wondered why the atmosphere changed, why the warmth in their eyes turned into a cold, calculating gaze. You felt the knife of betrayal before you ever saw the blade because your spirit is sensitive to the truth. I saw the shock that paralyzed your heart when you discovered that those you defended in public were the ones dismantling your reputation in private. Do not think for a moment that I missed a single tear or a single heartbeat of that agony. I watched you pour your heart, your resources, and your time into people who only stayed as long as your presence was convenient for them. I saw you celebrate their victories with genuine joy while they watched your progress with a hidden, simmering envy. They could not understand why the grace on your life continues to shine even when you are under attack. They saw the crown I placed upon your head, but they refused to see the cross you carried in silence. Their envy is not about what you have, it is about who you are in me. They are intimidated by the light they cannot replicate, and so they try to extinguish it with the shadows of gossip and exclusion. I know how it feels to be sold for 30 pieces of silver by someone who dipped their bread in the same bowl as you. I am not a distant God who does not understand your heartbreak. I am the one who was betrayed by a kiss, and I am the one who stands beside you now as you navigate the debris of broken trust. I saw you when the realization hit you like a physical blow, and you had to retreat to the bathroom once again, leaning against the cold tile, trying to catch your breath while the world outside continued to move as if nothing had happened. Breathe deep now, my precious one. Take a slow, deep breath and let my peace begin to mend the jagged edges of your heart. You felt as though a part of your foundation had crumbled, but I am here to tell you that I am removing the counterfeit so that I can bring in the authentic. I am pruning the branches of your life, not to hurt you, but to save you. Some people were only meant to be a season in your story, not a permanent resident in your destiny. If I allowed them to stay, they would have poisoned the harvest I am preparing for you. Their exit is my protection. Their betrayal is the trash taking itself out so that my glory can have more room to move. Do not allow bitterness to take root in the soil of your soul. Do not let their treachery turn you into a version of yourself that is hard and cold. I am your vindicator. I am the one who keeps the books, and I promise you that no lie formed against you will stand in the court of heaven. While they are busy weaving webs of deception, I am busy weaving a garment of honor for you to wear. You do not need to defend yourself. You do not need to strike back. When you are quiet, I am loud. When you are still, I am moving. I have seen every secret meeting, every hidden agenda, and every manipulative word used against you. I am closing the doors that lead to those who wish you harm, and I am opening gates that no man can shut. You are being refined in the fire of this betrayal so that you can emerge as pure gold, untouchable by the petty jealousies of those who do not know my heart. Rest in me, for I am the friend that sticks closer than any brother. My precious child, I need you to listen closely to what I am about to say, for it will bring clarity to the confusion that has clouded your mind. You have been walking through your days feeling a strange, persistent tension, as if eyes are following your every move, even when you are alone. You have questioned your own mind, wondering if you are becoming too sensitive or if you are simply imagining the coldness in the air. I am here to tell you, you are not paranoid. Your intuition is not a mistake. It is a divine alarm system I placed within you. Your spirit has been picking up on the spiritual projectiles being fired in your direction. You are right, there is a target on your back. But it is not there because you have failed or because you are weak. It is there because you carry a weight of glory that the kingdom of darkness cannot tolerate. You have felt like prey in a world of predators, sensing that people are not just watching you, But they are waiting for you. They are waiting for a single slip-up, a moment of weakness, or a crack in your character that they can exploit to justify their own internal chaos. I have seen you walk into environments where the conversation suddenly dies down, replaced by a heavy, judgmental silence. I have seen the way people scrutinize your clothes, your words, and even your silence, looking for any reason to diminish the favor that clearly rests upon your life. You feel like you are living in a glass house where every private struggle is being broadcasted and every victory is being questioned. This sense of being targeted has made you want to shrink, to hide, and to become invisible just to find a moment of peace. You have stopped sharing your dreams because you felt the evil eye of jealousy draining the joy out of your aspirations. I saw you in those moments when you felt a sudden, inexplicable wave of insecurity, not realizing that you were actually feeling the psychic weight of others' negative projections. They are indeed targeting your peace, your joy, and your confidence, because as long as you are distracted by their arrows, you aren't focused on the crown I am preparing for your head. The reason you feel this target so intensely is that I have marked you as a special forces operative in my kingdom. You are not a civilian in this spiritual war. You are a key player, and the enemy knows it. He doesn't waste his arrows on those who are already defeated or those who are moving in the same direction as the world. He targets the ones who are breaking cycles, the ones who are healing, and the ones who are destined to set others free. Every time you choose to forgive, every time you choose to pray instead of panic, and every time you remain kind, despite the cruelty around you, the target on your back becomes a badge of honor in the halls of heaven. They see a target, but I see a shield. They see a victim, but I see a victor who is being trained in the heat of battle. You are not being hunted by man. You are being hallowed by me. The pressure you feel is the hardening of your spiritual armor, making you resilient against the very attacks that were meant to destroy you. Do not fear the target, my beloved, for I am the one who stands behind you. I have seen the arrows flying through the day and the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, and I have intercepted them all. For every person who is plotting your downfall, I have 1,000 angels assigned to your protection. You may feel the heat of the scrutiny, but you will not be burned by it. I am using this season of being targeted to teach you how to walk in a peace that surpasses all understanding. A peace that doesn't depend on the approval of others or the absence of conflict. I am making you bulletproof in the spirit. Soon, the very people who were waiting for you to fail will have to sit and watch as I prepare a table for you in their presence. They thought they were pinning you down, but they were actually pinning you to my heart. Stand tall. Breathe in my strength and know that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, for the hand that holds your destiny is the same hand that created the stars. My child, you have asked me in the middle of the night when the silence was too heavy to bear, why me? Why is it always so hard? Why do people react to me with such unprovoked hostility? Listen to my voice now. For I am revealing a truth that will set your mind at ease. It is not because of your flaws that they attack you. It is because of the light that I have ignited within your soul. You carry an atmosphere of my presence that travels before you like a divine herald. When you walk into a room, you aren't just a person, you are a carrier of a frequency that does not belong to this world. This light is warm and comforting to those who seek me, but to the darkness residing in others, it is an abrasive, blinding glare. They don't hate you, they hate the version of themselves they see when they stand in your radiance. Your integrity exposes their compromise. Your peace exposes their chaos. Your purity exposes their hidden shadows. It is an involuntary reaction, a spiritual repulsion that they cannot even explain to themselves. You must understand that darkness does not pick fights with darkness. It only seeks to extinguish the light. If you were like the world would embrace you. If you lived in the same patterns of bitterness, gossip, and greed, you would be their favorite companion. But because I have called you out and set you apart, you have become an irritant to the spirits that operate in the shadows of those around you. When you are kind in the face of cruelty, you are reminding them of the love they have rejected. When you are stable in the midst of a storm, you are mocking the instability of their own foundations. Do not take their rejection personally. It is a spiritual law. The darker the heart, the more painful the light becomes. They are not reacting to your personality. They are reacting to the spirit of the living God that dwells in you. You are a living mirror reflecting back to them everything they have tried to bury, and they lash out because they cannot bear the reflection of their own internal decay. I have chosen you to be a lighthouse, and lighthouses do not seek the approval of the waves. They simply stand and shine. The very demons that haunt the people around you are agitated by the authority you carry, even if you don't feel powerful yet. Even when you are silent, you are testifying. Even when you are just breathing, you are occupying territory for my kingdom. This is why the whispers start, why the rumors fly, and why the hidden enemies emerge from the woodwork. They are trying to dim your brightness so they can feel comfortable in their own darkness again. But I tell you today, do not you dare dim your light to make them comfortable. Do not lower your standards to fit into their circles. Do not trade your celestial glow for their earthly acceptance. The irritation they feel is a sign that my power is at work through you, breaking through the strongholds that have held them captive for years. Your light is a threat to the status quo of misery. In the spiritual realm, you are glowing so brightly that you are visible from the highest heavens and the deepest pits. This is why the warfare has intensified. It is a tribute to the magnitude of the light you hold. I am using your presence to stir the waters, to bring the hidden things to the surface, and to offer a choice to those who are lost. Some will be drawn to your light and find their way home, while others will hide their faces and gnash their teeth in envy. Let them. Your assignment is not to manage their reactions or to seek their validation. Your assignment is to remain in me. I am the source of that light, and as long as you stay connected to the vine, your lamp will never go out. You are my shining one, my chosen vessel of glory, and the more they try to blow out your flame, the more I will pour the oil of my spirit upon you, making you burn brighter and hotter than ever before. I want you to look past the surface of your current struggles and see the battlefield for what it truly is. The chaos you are experiencing is not a sign that you have wandered off the path. It is a calculated strategy designed to make you look away from the horizon I have set before you. The enemy knows he cannot stop the sun from rising on your life, so he is trying to fill your sky with enough smoke and dust to make you believe the light is gone. I have seen you getting caught up in the side quests of petty arguments, the draining cycles of explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, and the nagging worries about things that are ultimately insignificant. This is the strategy of distraction. Every minute you spend defending your reputation against a lie is a minute you aren't building your empire. Every ounce of energy you spend worrying about a temporary setback is energy stolen from the creative vision I have placed in your heart. You are being baited into small wars so that you will be too exhausted to claim your great territory. I have seen you sitting with your head in your hands, wondering why everything seems to be going wrong at once. Why did the car break down the same week the project was due? Why did that old conflict resurface just as you were starting to feel peace? Listen to me, these are not coincidences, they are interruptions. The enemy is terrified of your focus. He knows that a focused child of God is an unstoppable force of nature. If he can keep you looking at the little foxes that spoil the vines, you won't notice the massive harvest that is ripening right behind you. I saw you losing sleep over a comment someone made, a digital shadow that has no real power over your destiny. I saw you checking your phone, waiting for a validation that will never come from a broken world. Stop giving your precious attention to things that do not have a seat at the table of your future. The storm isn't there to drown you. It's there to make you look at the waves so you'll stop walking on them. The truth that the kingdom of darkness is trying to hide from you is this: the enemy is not afraid of who you are today. He is absolutely terrified of who you are becoming tomorrow. He sees the birthing process that is happening within your spirit. He sees the mantle of authority that I am draping over your shoulders. He knows that if you ever truly realize the power of the blood that flows through your spiritual veins, his reign of terror in your family line is over. This is why the noise is so loud right now. The closer you get to the finish line, the more the spectators will scream and the more obstacles will be thrown in your lane. Do not take the bait of offense. Do not settle for the crumbs of being right when I am offering you the feast of being free. I have seen your frustration, but I am asking you to lift your gaze. I don't give big assignments to small people, and the level of distraction you are facing is directly proportional to the magnitude of the mission you are about to complete. I am calling you back to a place of divine concentration. It is time to zip it, to stop speaking your plans into the ears of those who only want to see them fail, and to stop lending your ears to the reports of the world. I have set a mark before you, and I need your eyes to stay fixed on me. When the drama rises, let it rise. You stay seated in the heavenly places with me. When the accusations fly, let them fall. Your silence is your greatest weapon. I am filtering your circle and clearing your schedule, even if it feels like loss or rejection right now. I am removing the clutter so that you can see the path clearly. You are not falling apart. You are being streamlined for speed. The weight you feel is the pressure of the atmosphere changing as you ascend. Keep your hands on the plow and do not look back. The distraction is a sign that the manifestation is imminent. Breathe, focus, and walk forward, for I am clearing the way. My beloved, you have felt like you were being buried, haven't you? You have felt the weight of the soil, the darkness of the isolation, and the silence of a world that seems to have moved on without you. You have cried out to me, asking why you have been sidelined, why your voice has been muffled, and why you feel so invisible in a world that thrives on being seen. But I want you to understand the sacred theology of the hidden season. I am not punishing you with obscurity. I am protecting you with invisibility. There is a divine purpose in the shadows. When a seed is placed in the earth, it is not being discarded. It is being positioned for a transformation that the open air could never facilitate. I have pulled you back from the stage of public opinion because I am working on the roots of your character. I saw you feeling forgotten, but I was actually shielding you from the premature exposure that would have withered your spirit before you were strong enough to bear the weight of the harvest. In the time of trouble, as it is written in my heart for you, I hide you in my pavilion. I cover you in the secret place of my tabernacle. Think of a king's pavilion. It is the safest place in the entire camp, surrounded by the strongest warriors, invisible to the common eye and impenetrable to the enemy's scouts. When you feel hidden, you are actually in the VIP section of the spiritual realm. I have placed my hand over you just as I did for Moses in the cleft of the rock, so that the intensity of the world's battles wouldn't consume you while I am revealing my glory to you in private. You are not lost. You are being incubated. You are not being ignored. You are being insulated. This period of quietness is the womb of your destiny. If I let you stay in the light of the world's attention while the enemy was hunting you, you would have been an easy target. But in the secret place under the shadow of my wings, you are untouchable and unfindable. If you believe that I am your refuge and that I am currently hiding you from the traps of the wicked, do not remain silent in your soul. If you trust that I am your shield and your hiding place, press the like button on this message right now. To confirm your agreement with the protection of heaven, subscribe to this channel to ensure you never step outside the boundary of my shelter, for this is where my voice will continue to guide you through the darkness and into the light. Joining this family of believers is your public declaration that you choose the pavilion of the Most High over the exposure of the world. By taking this small act of faith, you are signaling to the heavens that you accept my timing and my methods, trusting that even when you cannot see the path, the one who leads you is the way itself. For you died to your old self and your life is now hidden with Christ in me. This is the ultimate security. Imagine your life as a precious jewel placed inside a golden box, which is then placed inside a fortified vault, the key to which is held only by the Creator of the universe. That is the reality of your spiritual position. The enemy is frantically searching for you, looking for the you he used to be able to manipulate and hurt. But he cannot find you because that person no longer exists. You are now hidden with Christ. To get to you, the enemy would have to go through me, and he has already tried that and failed. You are safe, you are secure, you are hidden, not so you will stay small, but so you can grow large without the interference of those who would try to stunt your progress. Rest in this truth today: you aren't buried in a grave. You are hidden in a garden, and soon it will be time for you to bloom in a way that will leave the world in awe. My precious one, I have placed a boundary around you that no human eye can see and no earthly power can penetrate. You have been wondering why certain attacks never quite reached you, why certain rumors seemed to lose their power before they could do real damage, and why doors that seemed destined to crush you suddenly jammed at the last second. It is because I have built an invisible wall of my glory around your life. It is a hedge of fire, a divine frequency that acts as a spiritual cloaking device. I have seen the enemy launch his best shots. I have seen the stones thrown by those who wish to see you humiliated. But have you noticed the stones never hit the mark? They seem to strike thin air and fall harmlessly to the ground. This is because you are no longer standing where they think you are. I have shifted your spiritual coordinates. You are in the world, but you are being housed in a dimension of my protection that makes you unreachable to the low-level vibrations of malice and spite. I saw the moments when you felt completely exposed like a lamb in a field of wolves. But what you didn't see were the legions of angels standing shoulder to shoulder, forming a perimeter that the darkness cannot cross. When people look at you, they see a target, but when the spiritual realm looks at you, they see a fortress. I have made you invisible to the destroyer. There are plans that were made against your finances, your health, and your family that simply could not find their way to your door. Because my presence acted as a labyrinth that confused the assignment of the enemy. They search for your weaknesses, they look for a way in, but they find only the solid, unyielding wall of my grace. You are walking in a bubble of divine favor. Even when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you are not in the valley alone. You are inside the wall of my light, and the shadows have no power to touch the substance of who you are. Do not be alarmed when you see the stones piling up at the base of this invisible wall. Let the noise of the impact remind you of my faithfulness, not the threat of the enemy. Every time you hear a lie or feel a sting of rejection, remember that it is merely hitting the outer shell of the protection I have built for you. It cannot reach your heart. It cannot touch your soul. It cannot alter your destiny. I am teaching you to stand still and watch the salvation of your Lord. You don't need to build your own walls of bitterness or defensiveness. Those walls would only trap you inside with your pain. Instead, lean into the wall I have built, the wall of my word, my spirit, and my love. This wall does not just keep the bad things out, it keeps the peace and the power in. It is a sanctuary of rest in the middle of a battlefield. This invisible wall is also a filter. I am only letting through what will refine you, and I am blocking everything that would define you. If I allowed a challenge to pass through the wall, it is because I have already given you the strength to overcome it and turn it into a testimony. But the vast majority of the arrows meant for you are being disintegrated the moment they touch the hem of my garment that surrounds you. You are moving through life with a supernatural immunity. People will wonder how you stay so calm, how you keep thriving while others are sinking, and how you remain untouched by the scandals and the chaos of the times. The answer is simple, though they cannot see it. You are behind the wall. You are in the secret place. You are safe in me, and under my shadow you shall find absolute, unwavering refuge. My beloved, I am the God of justice, and I want you to understand a divine law that is being activated in your life right now. You have been the target of many arrows, but I want you to see what happens when the enemy fires at a shield made of my glory. In my kingdom, what is sent out with malice does not simply disappear. It obeys the spiritual law of the harvest. I am initiating the boomerang effect over your circumstances. For every lie told about you, for every trap set for your feet, and for every word of mockery intended to shame you, there is a returning force of my righteousness. You have watched others try to dig a pit for you, hoping to see you fall and lose your way. But listen to my word, the very pit they have dug with their own hands is the one they are about to stumble into. I am turning the tables. I am flipping the script. The weapons that were forged in the dark to destroy your future are being repurposed by my hand to build the foundation of your promotion. I have seen you tempted to take matters into your own hands, to fight back with the same weapons of anger and defense that were used against you. But I whispered to your heart, "Be still," and you obeyed. Because you gave the battle to me, I have taken full responsibility for the outcome. The energy that was used to plot against you is being redirected. Every curse that was whispered in secret is being transformed into a blessing that will be shouted from the rooftops. I am the God who makes the wrath of man to praise me. When the enemy tries to cancel you, I use that vacuum to catapult you into a new sphere of influence. When they try to starve your finances, I open the windows of heaven to provide in ways they cannot comprehend. The very people who tried to block your path are about to become the unwilling witnesses to your elevation. They intended to make you a cautionary tale, but I am making you a testimony of my power. This is the season where the sender receives the fruit of their own intentions. You do not need to seek revenge. You do not need to wish ill upon those who hurt you. My justice is far more perfect than your anger could ever be. I am protecting your heart from the poison of bitterness by handling the vindication myself. While you are resting in my love, the boomerang is in the air. It is returning to the source, carrying the weight of the truth. Those who tried to steal your peace are finding their own peace evaporating. Those who tried to create confusion in your life are being met with a whirlwind of their own making. I am doing this not just to punish, but to demonstrate that you are mine. And no one can touch my anointed without facing the consequences of the kingdom. You are safe. You are vindicated. You are standing on the rock that cannot be moved while the sand they threw at you is blowing back into their own eyes. If you believe that I am your vindicator and that every trap set against you is turning into a stepping stone, do not remain silent. Type "I believe" or 777 right now in the comments to affirm your trust in my divine justice. This is your act of agreement with the laws of heaven. When you declare your faith, you release the weight of the battle into my hands and allow the boomerang effect to complete its work. Do not carry the burden of defense any longer. Let the world see that those who hide in me are never put to shame, and those who trust in my timing will see the enemy's plans unravel before their very eyes. Your victory is not just a hope. It is a spiritual certainty already in motion. My child, the storm has shouted its last insult. I am speaking a word of peace. Be still over the turbulent waves of your mind. For too long you have lived in a state of high alert, your nervous system frayed by the constant anticipation of the next blow. You have been breathing in the dust of the battlefield, but I am declaring a divine ceasefire over your life. In the next 3 days, you will feel a shift so tangible it will be as if the very air in your home has been purified by the breath of heaven. The static in your thoughts, the constant replaying of wounds, and the endless rehearsing of arguments is being replaced by a celestial frequency of calm. I have seen the nights you spent tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling while your heart raced with the what-ifs of tomorrow. I am coming into those rooms now, not just as a visitor, but as the Prince of Peace, to drive out every spirit of unrest. You will sleep, my beloved. You will sleep with the heavy, dreamless rest of a child who knows their father is watching the door. The noise of the world, the opinions, the threats, and the sharp edges of criticism will begin to sound like a distant, powerless hum, unable to disturb the sanctuary I am building within your soul. Understand this: no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment I shall show to be in the wrong. This is your heritage as my chosen one. The weapons of slander, the arrows of anxiety, and the hidden nets of manipulation are losing their grip right now. They cannot prosper because they have no substance in the light of my truth. As this supernatural peace descends, you will find that the things that used to trigger your deepest fears no longer have a hook in you. I am removing the sensitivities that the enemy has used to manipulate your emotions and keep you in a cycle of reaction. You are being fireproofed. When the gossip reaches your ears, it will no longer sting. It will simply fade like smoke. When the financial pressure looms, you will find a quiet, unshakable confidence that I am your provider and that my storehouses are never empty. This is not a temporary relief or a fleeting emotion. It is a total restoration of your internal equilibrium. I am putting back the pieces of your joy that were scattered by the winds of the trial. And I am making the broken places stronger than they were before the break. If you feel this supernatural peace beginning to settle over your heart even now, do not let this moment pass without a seal of agreement. If you believe that I am quieting the storms for you and that your days of unrest are over, press the like button as a signal of your harmony with heaven's decree. Subscribe to this channel to stay anchored in this peace, for this family is a lighthouse in a world of shadows. By joining us, you are making a conscious choice to feed your spirit with my truth rather than the world's chaos. Let this act of faith be the moment you step out of the turbulence and into the steady, deep flow of my grace. Your commitment today is a seed that will grow into a fortress of tranquility that no enemy can breach. You are choosing to dwell in the secret place, and in that place the peace I give is yours to keep forever. I am restoring the years that the locusts have eaten, the years of peace. Stolen by worry, the months of joy lost to conflict, and the hours of life drained by the fear of man. I am bringing a divine order to the chaos that has surrounded your circumstances. Every jagged memory and every sharp trauma is being smoothed over by the healing oil of my spirit. You have been in a season of noise, but I am ushering you into a season of symphony. You will begin to hear my voice clearly again without the interference of your own anxieties or the static of others' expectations. The what if is being replaced by my I am. I am with you in the quiet moments of the morning, and I am with you in the stillness of the night. Do not try to manufacture this peace through your own strength or your own logic. Simply surrender to it. It is my gift to you, bought with a price, and it belongs to you as a citizen of my kingdom. The next 72 hours are a sacred window of restoration for your mind and your body. Receive it. Drink it in. Let the restoration of your peace be the unshakable foundation upon which I build your next great victory. My child, the season of the shadow is giving way to the season of the feast. For a long time you have been eating the bread of sorrow in the darkness, hidden away from the world's sight. But I am the God who remembers, and I am preparing something spectacular for you. I am setting a table. This is not a private meal in a corner. This is a grand banquet spread out in the open air. The linens are white, the cup is overflowing, and the invitation has your name written in gold. You have spent so long being overlooked and undervalued that you have forgotten what it feels like to be the guest of honor. But I am pulling back the curtain. I am bringing you out of the hidden places and seating you at the head of the table. Every struggle you endured, every sacrifice you made in secret, and every tear you shed while others were celebrating, I have seen it all, and I am using it as the seasoning for the feast that is now ready for you. And here is the divine paradox of my justice. I am preparing this table specifically in the presence of those who tried to destroy you. Those who spoke against your name, those who whispered that you would never make it, and those who actively worked to see you fail. They are being given a front row seat to your elevation. They will not be able to look away. They will have to watch as I pour the oil of my favor upon your head until it runs down your garments. They will have to witness the very things they tried to steal from you being returned 10 times over. I'm not doing this to feed your ego, but to vindicate my word in you. I want the world to see that when I choose someone, no human conspiracy can unchoose them. Your enemies thought they were burying you, but they were actually planting you, and now they must watch you bloom with a fragrance they cannot ignore. Their hands will be tied and their tongues will be silenced as they behold the magnitude of my blessing upon your life. This table is not just about material things, it is a table of honor and restoration. I am restoring your dignity in the very places where you were humiliated. I am giving you a seat of influence in the very rooms where you were once rejected. The abundance I am pouring out is so great that your cup will not just be full. It will run over into the lives of everyone around you. You will have more than enough to fulfill every dream I have placed in your heart, and plenty left over to be the blessing you were always meant to be. The watchers will see a peace on your face that they cannot understand, and a prosperity in your hands that they cannot explain. They will see that while they were busy plotting, I was busy preparing. They will see that the hidden one was actually the chosen one. You do not need to say a word to them. Your presence at my table is the only statement you need to make. Just sit, receive, and feast on my goodness, for you have earned this seat through your faithfulness in the fire. This elevation is coming swiftly. You have been in the waiting room, but the doors to the banquet hall are swinging wide. You are moving from a place of scarcity to a place of surplus, from a place of shame to a place of shining glory. The table is set, the guests of heaven are assembled, and I am calling your name. Do not look at the watchers with bitterness. Look at me with gratitude. Their presence is merely the backdrop for my power. I am making your life a public display of my faithfulness. The very people who predicted your downfall will now have to watch your rise. This is the law of the kingdom: the last shall be first, and the humble shall be exalted. You have humbled yourself under my mighty hand, and now, in my perfect timing, I am lifting you up for the whole world to see. Eat until you are full, drink until your joy is complete, and know that this is only the beginning of the honor I have in store for you. My chosen one, the hour of your emergence is at hand. For a long time, the world has looked at the space where you used to be and saw nothing but a void. They thought you were gone, that your light had flickered out, and that you had finally been silenced by the weight of your trials. But I was merely keeping you behind the curtain, waiting for the precise moment when the stage was set and the atmosphere was ripe for your return. The hidden season is officially coming to its conclusion. The mask of obscurity that I placed over you for your own protection is being removed by my own hand. You are about to step into the light, but you must understand that you are not the same person who entered the shadows. The version of you that walked into that cave of isolation was fragile, easily moved by the opinions of men, and unsure of the authority I had placed within you. But the version of you that is stepping out today is a masterpiece of resilience, a warrior forged in the secret heat of my presence. I have seen the internal work that was done in the dark, the moments you chose to worship when you wanted to weep, the moments you chose to trust when everything around you screamed of betrayal. Every day you spent in the hidden place was a day of intense refining. You are like gold that has been through the furnace. The dross of your old identity, your old insecurities, and your old dependencies has been burned away. You are stepping out with a new strength in your spine and a new clarity in your eyes. You no longer seek the validation of the crowd because you have found the approval of the Creator. You are brighter not because you are trying harder, but because you are reflecting more of me. You are richer not just in your hands, but in your spirit, carrying a wealth of wisdom and character that no one can ever take from you. This unveiling is not just a reveal of your success, it is a reveal of your transformation. The world is not ready for the authority you are about to walk in. When you speak, your words will carry a weight they never had before. When you move, you will occupy space with a divine confidence that will make the atmosphere shift. Those who knew you before will be confused. They will look for the old you, the one they could push around or manipulate, but they will find only a fortress of my grace. I have given you a new mantle for a new mission. You have been trained in the silence, and now you are being commissioned for the sound. You are stepping into a season where your influence will expand, where your resources will multiply, and where your voice will resonate in corridors of power you never dreamed of entering. This is the moment I have been preparing you for since before you were born. The curtain is rising, the light is hitting the stage, and I am whispering to your soul, "Step forward, my beloved." It is time for the world to see what I have done in you. Do not be afraid of the visibility. You might feel a lingering desire to stay in the shadows where it feels safe, but I have equipped you to handle the heat of the spotlight. You are no longer a target that can be easily hit. You are a beacon that cannot be ignored. The unveiling is a necessary part of my plan for your life, for your light must be put on a stand so that it may give light to all who are in the house. Your emergence will be a sign to others who are still in their own hidden seasons, showing them that I am a God who restores and reveals. You are my living testimony. As you step out today, carry yourself with the dignity of royalty. You are not a survivor of the storm. You are the one who has learned to command the winds in my name. The wait is over. The training is complete. The unveiling has begun. Listen to the sound of my justice, for I am a God who keeps perfect accounts. In the courts of the spiritual realm, a verdict has been reached in your favor. There is an ancient law in my kingdom that states when a thief is caught, he must restore 7 times what he has taken. I have caught the enemy in your life. I have caught him stealing your time, your health, your peace, and your resources. I have seen the years you spent in tears, the moments you felt your youth was being drained by stress, and the seasons where your bank account was emptied by unforeseen circumstances. I have seen the nights you felt robbed of your dignity, and the days you felt your joy was being systematically dismantled by those around you. I am here to tell you that the season of loss is over and the season of the sevenfold return has officially begun. I am not just giving you back what you lost. I am compensating you with an abundance that will make the original loss seem like a distant, insignificant memory. I saw the years you spent caring for everyone else while your own dreams were put on a shelf, slowly gathering dust. I saw the energy you poured into projects and people that gave you nothing but heartache in return. You felt like you were running in place, losing ground while others moved forward. But I am the Lord of Time, and I am about to compress years of progress into a single season of manifestation. I am restoring the years the locusts have eaten. I am giving you back your vitality, your passion, and your spark. You will find that you have more energy at this stage of your life than you did 10 years ago. I am restoring your reputation 7 times over. Those who once mocked you will now seek your counsel. The honor that was stripped from you in secret will be returned to you in public, multiplied by the weight of my glory. You are being paid back for every silent prayer and every unnoticed sacrifice. I saw you when you were counting pennies, wondering how the ends would meet, and feeling the suffocating grip of lack. I saw the shame you felt when you couldn't provide the way you wanted to, or when you had to say no to things that others took for granted. Hear me now, the thief has been caught and he is being forced to vomit up the wealth that belongs to you. I am opening doors for sudden provision, unexpected settlements, and divine ideas that will create generational wealth. I am moving you from the struggle of just enough to the freedom of more than enough. You are not just being restored to where you were, you are being catapulted into a level of surplus that will allow you to be the lender and not the borrower. This financial shift is not a reward for your work, but a result of my justice. The enemy tried to bankrupt your future, so I am overfunding your destiny. I am restoring your joy with a 7-fold intensity. The depth of your sorrow has determined the height of your coming celebration. For every day of mourning, I am giving you 7 days of dancing. For every moment of loneliness, I am surrounding you with a tribe of 7-fold loyalty and love. You will look back at this difficult season and realize that the enemy's attempt to break you only succeeded in qualifying you for a massive payout from the treasury of heaven. You are being compensated for the trauma, for the betrayal, and for the sleepless nights. Take a deep breath and prepare your heart to receive, for the windows of my storehouse are open wide above you. Your cup is not just being refilled. It is being replaced with a larger vessel that can handle the 7-fold overflow I am pouring into your life right now. My precious one, we have traveled through the valley of shadows and stood together against the whispers of the wind, and now we arrive at the most sacred part of our journey, the establishment of an eternal covenant of peace between your soul and my spirit. This is not a temporary feeling of relief that will vanish when the next trial arrives. This is an unshakable divine contract signed in the heavens and sealed in your heart. I am declaring over you that the mountains may depart and the hills may be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from you, nor shall my covenant of peace be shaken. I have seen you searching for a peace that the world could not give, a peace found in the bank account, in the approval of others, or in the absence of conflict. But today I am giving you the peace that exists in the middle of the fire. I am giving you a serenity that is not dependent on your circumstances, but on my presence. You are now anchored in the depths of my sovereignty, where the storms of life can only touch the surface of the water, while your soul remains still and untroubled in the deep. I want you to be still now and receive my healing. I am reaching into the deepest parts of your nervous system, where the trauma of the past has left its jagged marks. I am touching the memories that make your heart race and the thoughts that keep you awake at night. I am pouring the oil of my spirit over your frayed nerves and your weary mind. I saw you when you felt you were at your breaking point, and I am here to tell you that you did not break. You were simply being expanded. Breathe in my healing power right now. Let it flow from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. I am dissolving the residue of bitterness, the toxins of betrayal, and the heavy fog of confusion. I am replacing your anxiety with my authority. I am replacing your mourning with my majesty. You are being restored to a wholeness you have never known, a version of yourself that is free from the shadows of yesterday. Feel the warmth of my love surrounding you like a thick golden blanket, insulating you from the coldness of the world. As I seal this covenant over you, I am also extending this protection to your household and your lineage. No weapon formed against your family shall prosper, and every curse that was spoken over your bloodline is being broken by the power of my word. I am placing a mark of do not touch upon your children, your home, and your health. The enemy may look toward your dwelling, but he will see the fire of my presence and pass by. I am settling the debts of the past and making a way where there was no way. You will no longer live in a state of survival. You are entering a state of revival. I am breathing new life into your relationships, your career, and your dreams. The peace I am giving you today is a guardian that will stand at the gates of your heart, filtering out every lie and every fear before it can take root. You are safe. You are secure. You are eternally protected within the boundaries of my love. This is my promise to you, and my word does not return to me void. Before we conclude this divine encounter, I want you to look ahead. The hidden season has served its purpose, and you are stepping out with a new mantle. I am not just giving you peace so you can be comfortable. I am giving you peace so you can be powerful. I am preparing a new mission for you, a destiny so vast it will require every ounce of the strength you gained in the dark. In our next conversation, I will begin to unveil the specific assignments I have for your hands and the territories I am calling you to occupy. But for now, you must seal what has been given to you today. The enemy is a thief who waits to steal the seed before it takes root, but you have the power to lock this blessing into your life. The world thought they were burying you, but they didn't know you were a seed. And a seed doesn't die in the dark. It gathers the power to explode into the light. Seal this prophecy now and forever in the halls of heaven. Type "I am hidden in Christ" or "Amen" in the comments right now to lock this divine protection into your life and ensure that no thief can steal the peace I have poured into you today. This is your final act of faith for this message, the spiritual stamp on your covenant. This is your home, my beloved, a sanctuary for your spirit. Do not leave this place without hitting the like button to receive this energy, and subscribe to this channel to stay permanently connected to this flow of blessing. By joining this family of the chosen, you are making sure that you never have to face the darkness alone again. You are my child, my warrior, and my shining light. Go now in my peace, for I have already gone before you to make the crooked places straight. It is done, it is finished. You are protected.